the streets.
Billionaire.
Come on. Boy, you know I had to dip, set my wrist. This that Pelly in the wintertime with that bird, with that chicken. Chillin' with the camera on and jewels on and that chain on, just glisten. We be on straight bars like Jim. That's a gym, just listen. Y'all was trying to keep up with the Jones. I was trying to keep up with my phones. Toss a little up before they burn around steady. I was just burning out, but I was learning how to stretch it like a finger fold. Never been played cause of some same that was at these other. See, I was respecting the hustlers. Y'all be respecting the. I be with shakers and movers, counting my blessings cause one day you lose it. I was respecting the hustle. Y'all be respecting it. I be with shakers and movers, counting my blessings cause one day you lose it. Hey.
We have a very special treat in store for you next week.
Yes, we're continuing our docu-series My2K Life, where we follow the journey of a player that has made a difference in our 2K community.
This is one of my favorite things. You're going to find out who that is next week, but I love diving into the stories of 2K players all around.
Memphis, Tennessee, the destination for the Bulls. The 6'8 creator, Josh Giddey, makes the hardwood his canvas. And looking for another masterpiece as they get primed for action at FedEx. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. MP is out there with Kobe White. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's Vucevic, and it's Buzelis in at the 4. And for Memphis, Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Clark, and it's Wells in at the 3 spot. Early on, Greg, the potential landscape of the NBA very much open-ended.
An early win streak could really boost the team's outlook, kind of define their direction. And so I expect to see them keep the intensity up. So we should be in for a fun one.
Morant with a wide-open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so White will bring it up for the Bulls. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
Yeah, they needed some extra time to get it done, but at the end of the day, a win's a win.
Buzelis with the ball. He had 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City. Shots good by Hernandez.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And Greg, for Buzelis, basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
For Memphis, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. And it's Morant missing.
Yeah, they might want to think about a high percentage look the next time down the floor.
Shots good by Hernandez. Hernandez has got 6.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
MP against Morant. To halt the run, he takes it up and lays it in.
Well, they missed their first 4 shots, but finally able to get one on the board. Sometimes you just need to see that first one go down.
Here's Hernandez. Morant with the steal. To the middle. It's deflected. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. It's good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And so Morant will bring it up for Memphis. 8-point game. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. You know, Stan, it is great to see Coby White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy hung in there with a great attitude, even when he wasn't playing as much as he wanted to. He's still growing as a player, knocking down shots. His confidence is sky high.
Ends up going with the new group. So the Bulls 5 right now. Dosunmu is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Coby White. Then it's MP. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. Hernandez. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Morant. And no good. For Chicago, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Clark with it, now guarded by Vucevic. Here's Bane. Chicago with the rebound. White's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Hernandez. That's tipped. Morant with the steal. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. They recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Here's Jackson. Chicago grabs the miss. MP looking it over. Inside. And there's Buzelis on the assist by MP. Buzelis has got his second bucket tonight. The Grizzlies trail by 20. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Buzelis gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. To the inside. Grant scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
Well, the defense can't let Morant get comfortable down there or he'll just continue to torture them.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story.
You know why Morant makes those dunks look so easy? He's got a 44-inch vertical. That's unbelievable.
And now the first timeout called here for the Bulls. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Pass to Hernandez. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Vucevic. Over Clark. Vucevic with the bucket. And the Bulls lead by 19.
A little contact there, but for a guy with Vucevic's build, it's not an issue.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long
So it's Chicago with a 19-point.
In the first half, with the score, your Grizzlies 31, the Bulls 50.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
Yeah, they've been calling his number a lot, and he's been rewarding their trust.
Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Jaren Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Clark in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Shots good by Hernandez. Hernandez has got his team on the board first here in the second half for Chicago. Morant against MP. Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Oh, he missed. Is the dunk. Here's Hernandez. Count it. Hernandez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
On the wing, Bane shoots over White. They grab their own miss. Vucevic with the block.
Well, defensively, Vucevic was in great position and times that perfectly.
Here's Dosunmu. Count it.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. Good work there as it goes.
Yeah, just so many ways Morant can create.
MP outside. Launches a three. Comes up short with his 12th attempt. He has made 8 shots. Pass to Wells. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. MP outside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Morant drives in.
Morant just doing a nice... job.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And again, no good by Chicago. The Grizzlies trail by 21. And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history. And they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse,
Substitution on the court.
Aldama finds Morant. Buzelis grabs the board. Buzelis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. So for Chicago right now, Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then it's MP. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. Jackson. Good. And a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists in the game.
Just too much. Jaren Jackson Jr., a physical big.
Shots good by Hernandez.
And loving the strategy. Even though you're well ahead, you want to stay in attack mode.
Yeah, you got to keep going at him. You don't want to leave any hope for a comeback.
Morant surveying the D. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the dunk by MP.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fellas.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring numbers.
To the paint. Here's Jackson. Buzelis grabs the board. Chicago leading by 20. White dishes to MP. There's 1:40 left in the 4th. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Yeah, still one of the league's best rebounders. Vucevic extending the possession.
1:32 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for MP.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Now, here's Dosunmu, down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's MP for 3. Here's Buzelis. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
First personal.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer.